Hey folks, I'm Melhorn. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 2 catfish reels for under 60 bucks. All right, folks, a few months ago, you may have seen some of the videos of the reels that were sent to me by the folks at Piscifun. They've got some reels that they wanted me to try out to see if they would be a good fit for you guys that fish for catfish. Now, they sent me one earlier in the year. It was a bigger reel, a Solace X. I tried it out. The reel worked great, no problem with the reel, but the thing I told them was this reel was probably a little bit big for catfish anglers. The reel was really more designed as a trolling reel, something that you would use in saltwater, more so than a casting reel. And well, as catfish anglers, pretty much all of us are casting our rods at some point, and we need something that has good castability. So I reached out to them. I said, hey guys, have you got something a little smaller in an affordable price range that, you know, catfish anglers may be able to take advantage of? And they sent me 2 reels to try out. Well, as an answer to the Solace X reel, the one that was too big, they sent me the Chaos. This one comes in 3 different sizes: a 4,000, a 5,000, and a 6,000. Now, these are basically comparable size-wise to what you would get from Abu Garcia in their 5,000 or 6,500s or some of their 4,400 reels. They come with a power handle, which is a really nice feature for a reel that is in this price range. One of the things I noticed when I first got it was it was well put together. It's got a metal frame on it. Again, a power handle. It is a level wind reel. Keep that in mind. For most anglers, most guys fishing for catfish, they like that. Some people who are into super long distance casting prefer not to have a level wind. I personally use a level wind and I like them, and I prefer to use them. Now, I showed you guys this reel a little while back, and at this point, I have fished with it. I fished with them a pretty good bit. I had 2 of them that I was running on the boat and put them through the paces on some of my guide trips and also on some of my fun trips, filming stuff here for the YouTube channel. And I'll be honest, I was impressed with them. The one thing that stood out was the retrieve rate. That was one thing when it comes to taking in line. It really spooled the line up quickly. I looked at the specs on it, and the retrieve rate is 24.8 inches per turn. I noticed there was a big difference between that one being much faster or taking on a lot more line than some of the other ones that I was using. The other thing that I like about it, coming straight out of the box, it comes with a power handle. And when I tell you the price in a minute, you're going to be surprised, as I was, that it came out of the box with the power handle on it. Now, my one cause for concern on this thing from the beginning was the thumb release. It is a plastic thumb button on the back of the spool that was the release. My concern was that because this is made out of a high impact hard plastic, that I may have some issues with it. It seemed like in the beginning I had to push on it a little bit to get it to release the spool. Not a lot, but I felt like, man, what's gonna happen when it gets cold? I kept thinking that, well, this thing is gonna, you know, be stiff and brittle and break. Well, after a few casts, this thing started to loosen up and felt a lot better. And since then, I've fished with it in cold weather and I've had no problems with it. It cast straight out of the box very, very well compared to some of the other reels that I've tried out here recently. I was very impressed with how far I could, how much I could get out of it, even with the centrifugal brakes that come on it. Now, that's something else that I was going to get into here and explain to you. There are, I believe, 6 centrifugal brakes on this thing, which really help with the casting, especially for somebody who may be new to using a bait caster or a round reel. This really helps with eliminating backlash and overrun, bird nesting as it's called. It's one of the cool things. A lot of you guys will take these little brakes off so you can get more casting distance, but for a lot of people, it really helps them out when it comes to casting and eliminating a bird's nest. Now, according to the literature and what I tested here in the studio, it's got about 20 pounds of drag. It's got carbon fiber drag washers in it. And the testing I did, it was pretty spot on the money with what their literature said. That's a lot of drag, more drag than I'll ever need. more drag than I'll use on a catfish. So I think it'll be plenty for you guys out there that are looking something with adequate drag to put some pressure on a fish and not have to worry about one sucking every bit of the line that you've got off of the reel. Now, as I said, it comes with a power handle on it, which I think is a great feature. And according to the website, this comes in a left-handed or right-hand version. I had some people reach out to me after they seen me using these reels and ask, and it does come in a right-handed and a left-handed version. And the thing, when you go check them out, that you'll be really impressed with is the price. This reel is only 56 bucks in the class that I am using. Mine is a 5000 series. A little bit more for the big one, a little bit less for the smaller ones, but that is an amazing price point to get into a round reel, to get into a bait caster, especially one with a power handle on it. And I think you'll be very satisfied using this reel, especially you guys that are wanting to maybe make a transition over from using spinning reels. I believe this is an excellent entry-level reel and one that you'll be happy with. Now, the folks at Piscifun also sent me a spinning reel. I have been wanting to do some videos on spinning reels and spinning tackle, and the only ones that I had were my Penn Battle 4000s, the Battle 2 version. A very good reel, but a pricey reel. And as I explained to the folks at Piscifun, see if you can get me something that is at a better price point than the Penn reels, so that people who are maybe looking to getting into chasing catfish are not as intimidated by the price. So they sent me the Viper X. Now this reel comes in a variety of sizes, all the way from a teeny 500 series all the way up through a 5000 series. Plenty big enough to catch the catfish that you want, but they also make them small enough to catch some of those bluegill and brim. And I spooled it up with monofilament line, 30-pound line. A little bit bigger than probably this reel is designed for, but it's what I had in, and I wanted to put something on there comparable to what I was fishing with on my bait casting reels. And I fished with it on several trips and put it through the paces and got hooked into some fish with it. I'll be honest, I enjoyed using it. It was fun to get back to some spinning tackle for catfish. The one contrast was on the other side of the boat, the Penn reel had braid on it from doing saltwater fishing. So I had braid on that rod, and it was a reminder why I don't like using braid. Just the bite and the action of the bite was just something I don't like, but that's a whole nother story. It does bring up a good point though about the spools. They do sell a spare spool for this. And it's one of the cool things about using spinning tackle is that you can have a replacement spool that you can easily swap out. So if you are, say, doing some saltwater fishing like I am, and I need braid, I need the sensitivity of braid, or I'm fishing for fish where I need some sensitivity and I need that braided line, I can have a spool with braided line and then have another spool with monofilament. The spools are about 10 bucks. They're easy to swap out. You just undo the screw, plop a new one on there, thread it up, boom, you're ready to go. Now the 4000 series has some drag, about 33 pounds of drag. I have not checked the drag on this, but based on some of the other products that they sent me to try out, the drag ratings have pretty much been spot on with every product that they sent me, so I don't doubt it. That's an amazing amount of drag. That's a lot of drag. That will put the brakes on about any fish out there. And it will remind your arms just how good of shape you are or are not in. So a lot of drag to do anything you want to with there. And I think the retrieve rate on this thing is about 36 inches per crank, which is tremendous. So it's a very, very nice reel for somebody looking for something affordable. And speaking of the price, well, when you go check it out on the website, these things are going for right around 50 bucks for the version that I had, and I think in the $35, $40 range for some of the smaller reels. These are a very affordable reel to get into, and the whole Piscifun family of reels, they got a wide variety of stuff there, so no matter what you're fishing for, they have reels that are more expensive, that are built a little bit better with some little nicer components on them and nicer looks and finishes, and you can spend a nice little chunk of money, or you can get out with something that is very, very affordable. I'm going to put some links down in the description section of this video that you can click on to some Amazon affiliate links to where you can buy these reels if you want to. Go check them out, and I'll also be putting some links on my website, DieterMelhornFishing.com, in the gear section where you can go check these out and see if that is something that you're interested in putting on your boat and putting on a rod for the next time you go fishing. Well, folks, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Here are a couple more videos that I think you're going to like. I'd watch that one and then that one. No, do that one first and then that one. I don't know. Just watch them both. They're both good.